wrench, and it's tool repair day here at Bar Z. We're going to be looking at a Bosch 11236 VS, which is an SDS size rotor hammer. And this is a real common problem with these. I actually have 2 of these rotor hammers. And you know, all of a sudden you just go to pull the trigger one day and no worky. And first thing a tech does is, this is the easy part, he'll just yank this off and he'll grab a voltmeter. It is plugged in right now. And he'll grab a voltmeter and come here to the brushes and then pull the trigger, and gosh, boy, nothing. So after that, he's gonna go straight to the switch. You know, he's gonna go, oh, well, I got a bad switch, might as well order one. And he can feed this thing switches all day. What these have is a little spade connector in here. And if I go directly to that little spade here and here, and with my third hand, I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay, and I went and grabbed a couple of alligators, because what we're going to do now, we are still plugged in. And now we're going to check the actual wires going to the brush holders. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. We're going to get a hold of one of these right here. And then we're going to get a hold of this little fella down here. And with my third hand, I'm just going to hold the voltmeter here so you can see it. And now we're going to pull the trigger. And see, now I got voltage. Now those are the wires going to it, but why don't I have power at the brush holder? Gee, that doesn't make any sense. Let's unplug it, and I'm going to show you why. All right, we got the tool unplugged, and I'm going to show you the brush holders here, and you can see the blue and white wire going over to them here and here, and those are coming from the switch. We know we've got power coming off of the switch to those. Now these have a spade, a very long spade. Let's take a good look at that thing. See, that thing's probably a good inch or more long, and these things just slip down inside this brush holder, and they are held in with the infamous pressure type connection, also known as a constant pressure type connection, but let's forget the constant. You know, the Europeans love those pressure type connections. Here's proof that they just don't last. So we're going to take this apart, and all those 2 little tabs that contact these, they just need a small tweak with the screwdriver so they make contact again, and this tool's back up and running. So let's pop these brush holders off, and I'll bring you back. So we're back, and we got the brush holders out, and we can see how these things work. We've got our wire with that very long spade on it here, and it just inserts down into this terminal here. And look what we got over here. You see there's another one that has to pass the power all the way through it off to the top end of the motor. Now, so this one looks pretty good. You know, we don't see anywhere where it's losing contact. Let's take a look at this one. On that spade right there, you see a little burn mark right there? That tells me that's been getting hot and arcing and everything else. So I'm gonna sand that lightly and give it a little tweak so I'm sure it's making good contact. And then I'm going to check my spade and make sure everything's making contact there, check continuity on everything, and put this thing back together. If it does arc for too long, you're going to end up melting something. You know, you're going to melt the plastic or whatever. But that little brush holder's definitely got a burn spot right on that spade right there. And you can see how it passes power through it if I put this spade down inside of here. All right, so pretty simple fix. Let me get this cleaned up and back together, and we'll check it out. Okay, I'm going to let you look at the profile of this little spade right here. And to make it make a little more contact and have a little more pressure against it, I want you to just take and bend it towards the motor. The motor's out here in the center, so bend it towards the motor, but now it's going to interfere on the way in, so you have to create a ramp and just grab the very tip of it with a pair of pliers. Just make a little ramp. So it'll catch on the way in. So it'll catch that little copper contact on the way in. So you can provide a little bit more pressure on that rod just by using that method. So yeah, let's get back together. We're back, and we got our brush holders in, and the tool is plugged in now. And I'm just going to kind of point with a screwdriver here. Brush holders are bolted back in. Our spades are stabbed in. We know they're making good contact. And that other auxiliary spade on the brush holder is making contact. So the wiring goes in, it plugs in, goes through the motor winding, comes back, and then to the brush holder. So if you've lost continuity anywhere in that circuit, you're not going to get, your motor's not going to run. And what you can do to make sure that your spades are going in when you're pushing those long spades in, or when you're pushing your brush holder in, if you're working on this one on this side, you can actually see it from right over here. You can see that spade, and right over here. So get yourself a flashlight and just get down in there and be able to see what you're doing and make sure you're making good contact with those spades. So, and then same with the other one. You can look in from this direction when you're working on this guy here. So now we should have a fully functioning tool. You know, all I got left to do is put the covers back on, but and so everything's back to 100%. This should be just hammer. Oh no, excuse me. That's just drill, no hammer. And over here is hammer only. Okay guys, this was a pretty easy fix. I'm pretty used to it. It's happened a couple times to me before with the Bosch. If you do need to, I mean, if these are burned so badly that you can't get them to make contact, you need new brush holders. Still available. You can get them through Bosch. But that's my little tool repair. Okay, thanks for watching.